Hello everybody, my name is Victor van Vuren. I'm the Director of the Enterprises Department of the International Labour Organization based in Geneva, Switzerland. As you can imagine, COVID-19 is posing major problems for governments, for enterprises, for workers, and for people in general. It is a new phenomena and one that we need to learn how to deal with. At the Enterprises Department, we look at this in three different steps. First of all, we look at the crisis situation, then moving on to a reactivation phase, and then to a recovery phase. Many countries have come through the crisis part of the pandemic and are now looking at reactivation and recovery, but many of them are only entering into the crisis mode. So we have looked at putting out advice to governments to say, how do you deal with the crisis? And then how do you deal with recovery and reactivation? Small businesses and larger enterprises are equally hard hit by these difficult times. In the initial crisis phase, we look at getting cash in hand, how to give soft loans, how to look at tax rebates, and just to try and keep the businesses afloat. As we move into the reactivation phase and the recovery phase, we need to look at new business models. We need to look at ways of doing things differently. From the ILO, we're looking at new training methodologies. We're looking at digitization and looking at how we can take our existing programs and customize them to meet the new challenges. These are new times and it calls for new solutions. We look to the governments as a key player of making it clear to enterprises as to what is required of them, first and foremost from a safety point of view. We need to look at protecting both the worker and the clients and the consumers. The second part we look at in the equation is to the worker, and here we need to find ways and means of keeping the worker at the workplace rather than looking at massive retrenchments and restructuring. This will provide them with a means of income so they can look after their families. The other persons that we're looking at are the clients and the consumers. We need to educate them as to the new ways of doing business. All of this makes for a very complex process and one that we need to deal with on a systematic basis. At the ILO, we're going to work very closely with governments, with the employer organizations, and with the worker organizations, as it's social dialogue that is very key to finding solutions to these difficult challenges. When we start working together, it makes things much easier and for the turnaround to be much quicker. But let us not be mistaken, the challenge is with us, it's huge, and it's going to take a long time to turn around. We all need to think creatively, innovatively, and to just take it piece by piece. There's an African proverb that says, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it piece by piece. And this COVID-19 is like a huge elephant. And we need to tackle these challenges piece by piece. I look forward to working with the government of China, with the people of China, in finding solutions to the way ahead. Thank you.